हेलो नीति मैम। हेलो नीति मैम। नीति मैम, सुनाई दे रहा है ना? एम आई ऑडिबल? सुनाई दे रहा है? ठीक है। सो आप नाश्ता करने जाइए FF16 में। 10 बजे बाद खत्म हो जाएगा। तेज आवाज। हेलो हेलो। अब ठीक है।
Hello, mic check. 1, 2, 3. Hello. 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 1, 2, 3. Hello. 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 આપેલું છે હા કેમાં એમાં આપવાનું છે હા હા હલો મેક ચેક હલો 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 1, 2, 3 હલો 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 મારો અવાજ આવે છે હલો હલો ચેક હલો વેલકમ ટુ GMIU the first international conference.
The housewarming party is tomorrow, but the guests won't because Mr. Menon forgot the invites. So,
Italy the main, fat cigars, pull up like a shade.
सिर्फ पढ़ना नहीं अब सीखना है, हर स्किल को अब जीतना है। रट्टा अभ्यास छोड़ो, कौशल लक्ष्य शिक्षा से जुड़ो, प्रोफेशनल लर्निंग मेथड अब हर स्टूडेंट बनेगा एक्सपर्ट। जॉइन ज्ञान मंजरी इनोवेटिव यूनिवर्सिटी भावंद। सिर्फ पढ़ना नहीं अब सीखना है, हर स्किल को अब जीतना है। रट्टा अभ्यास छोड़ो, कौशल लक्ष्य शिक्षा से जुड़ो, प्रोफेशनल लर्निंग मेथड अब हर स्टूडेंट बनेगा एक्सपर्ट। जॉइन ज्ञान मंजरी इनोवेटिव यूनिवर्सिटी भावंद। जॉइन ज्ञान मंजरी इनोवेटिव यूनिवर्सिटी भावंद। सिर्फ पढ़ना नहीं अब सीखना है, हर स्किल को अब जीतना है। रट्टा अभ्यास छोड़ो, कौशल लक्ष्य शिक्षा से जुड़ो, प्रोफेशनल लर्निंग मेथड अब हर स्टूडेंट बनेगा एक्सपर्ट। जॉइन ज्ञान मंजरी इनोवेटिव यूनिवर्सिटी भावंद। सिर्फ पढ़ना नहीं अब सीखना है, हर स्किल को अब जीतना है। रट्टा अभ्यास छोड़ो, कौशल लक्ष्य शिक्षा से जुड़ो, प्रोफेशनल लर्निंग मेथड अब हर स्टूडेंट बनेगा एक्सपर्ट। जॉइन ज्ञान मंजरी इनोवेटिव यूनिवर्सिटी भावंद। सिर्फ पढ़ना नहीं अब सीखना है, हर स्किल को अब जीतना है। रट्टा अभ्यास छोड़ो, शिक्षा से जुड़ो, प्रोफेशनल लर्निंग मेथड अब हर स्टूडेंट बनेगा एक्सपर्ट। Join Jnanamanjari Innovative University Bhavand. सिर्फ पढ़ना नहीं अब सीखना है, हर स्किल को अब जीतना है। रट्टा अभ्यास छोड़ो, कौशल लक्ष्य शिक्षा से जुड़ो, प्रोफेशनल लर्निंग मेथड अब हर स्टूडेंट बनेगा एक्सपर्ट। जॉइन ज्ञानमंजरी इनोवेटिव यूनिवर्सिटी भावंद। सिर्फ पढ़ना नहीं अब सीखना है, हर स्किल को अब जीतना है। रट्टा अभ्यास छोड़ो, कौशल लक्ष्य शिक्षा से जुड़ो, प्रोफेशनल लर्निंग मेथड अब हर स्टूडेंट बनेगा एक्सपर्ट। जॉइन ज्ञानमंजरी इनोवेटिव यूनिवर्सिटी भावंद। सिर्फ पढ़ना नहीं अब सीखना है, हर स्किल को अब जीतना है। रट्टा अभ्यास छोड़ो, कौशल लक्ष्य शिक्षा से जुड़ो, प्रोफेशनल लर्निंग मेथड अब हर स्टूडेंट बनेगा एक्सपर्ट। जॉइन ज्ञानमंजरी इनोवेटिव यूनिवर्सिटी भावंद। सिर्फ पढ़ना नहीं अब सीखना है, हर स्किल को अब जीतना है। रट्टा अभ्यास छोड़ो, कौशल लक्ष्य शिक्षा से जुड़ो, प्रोफेशनल लर्निंग मेथड अब हर स्टूडेंट बनेगा एक्सपर्ट। जॉइन ज्ञानमंजरी इनोवेटिव यूनिवर्सिटी भावंद। सिर्फ पढ़ना नहीं अब सीखना है, हर स्किल को अब जीतना है। रट्टा अभ्यास छोड़ो, कौशल लक्ष्य शिक्षा से जुड़ो, प्रोफेशनल लर्निंग मेथड अब हर स्टूडेंट बनेगा एक्सपर्ट। जॉइन ज्ञानमंजरी इनोवेटिव यूनिवर्सिटी भावंद।
आरोग्यं धनदा शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय
એડ કરવાનો તો એડ થઈ ગયો. એ તો થઈ ગયું મેમ. બુકેનું કઈ રીતે થશે? કોણ અહીંયા દેવા આવશે? બુકે ક્યાં લાવ્યા તમે લોકો? એટલે જ પડ્યા હતા. આપણે બેઠા હતા ત્યાં. અમારે લેવાના હતા ને બુકેસ. એટલે અહીં કોઈક તો વોલેન્ટિયર ઊભું છે ને જેને આગળથી દેવા બુકે ક્યાં નહોતો? बुके की थैली नीचे रह गई क्या? बुके नीचे रह गए क्या? कहाँ रखे? वो किसी दिन मिल सकता होगा. हाँ. हेलो. हाँ बस એટલી રીતે અહીંયા જ રાખે. ઓકે હા 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 એવી રીતે હોય મેમ. हाँ हाँ वही वही हाँ तो ठीक है फिर ठीक है. बुक के लिए किसी और को रखना है कि मैं उनसे चलेगा? हाँ हाँ चलेगा मैम. भी अरेंज क्योंकि टाइम तो होगा ही वो बोलती होगी तब. हाँ हाँ चल. મેમ પ્રે રાખો ડાયરેક્ટ તો ડાયરેક્ટ હું સંગે દઈ દઉં એવું થશે. ટ્રે હા મેમ मैम मैम नहीं आई थी मैम सर को बोला मैम बुके कब देना होगा? ये लाइन खत्म हो जाए तब या हाँ, लाइन मतलब, शुरू होती है तभी? लाइन चालू થાય ને એટલે તારે જતું રહેવાનું. બટ आई तो अच्छा होता है क्योंकि पता नहीं माइक कैसा साउंड देगा. टेस्टिंग करनी है. मैम इसका वॉल्यूम थोड़ा बढ़ाना पड़ेगा. वॉल्यूम बढ़ाया. हेलो गुड मॉर्निंग. અને કરશું તે બતાવતી તો બધાને એમ થશે. वॉल्यूम बढ़ाए. हेलो हेलो यस ठीक है परफेक्ट. हाँ
હાલો હાલો
ઓલું પેજ ક્યાં મેં પાછળ લખ્યું છે. हेलो 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 नहीं ओके बंद हो गया. हेलो ओके परफेक्ट. नहीं वो स्टार्ट है स्टार्ट.
हेलो हेलो
हेलो स्टार्ट करें. Good morning, everyone. Distinguished guests, esteemed speakers, and fellow innovators, we welcome you to the Gyan Manjari International Conference, Research on Research and Innovation, GMICON 2026.
Today, we gather under inspiring themes innovation for sustainable future to explore boundaries of engineering, technology, and green innovation.
Before we proceed, let us introduce ourselves. Myself, Khushali Joshi, and I'm delighted to be your host for this morning.
Myself, Gondali Aisha, your co-host. It is a privilege to stand before such a brilliant gathering of minds.
In a world facing unpredictable environmental and logistical challenges, technology is no longer just about faster or stronger, it is about smarter and greener. Today, we dive deep into the systems that will build the cities of tomorrow and power the industries of the next century.
Our focus of day one is engineering and technology, where we move beyond the theory to look at the practical scalable solution. It is about smarter and greener. We dive deep into a system that will build the cities of tomorrow's and power the industry of next century. Our focus is engineering and technology, where we move beyond the theory to look at the practical scalable solution, from smart infrastructure to renewable energies that will redefine the industrial scales landscapes and drive our transition towards sustainable future.
Our technical sessions today will traverse the most critical landscapes of the 21st century. We will explore sustainable infrastructure and smart cities where architecture meets environmental consciousness. Industry 4.0, the harmonious integration of human creativity with manufacturing automation. The energy revolution, from green technology and renewable energy to the cutting edge of power systems and electric vehicles. The intelligence frontier, harnessing AI, machine learning, and IoT to create truly responsive systems. Biotechnology for sustainability, using the very building blocks of life to heal and protect our environment.
This conference is organized by Gyan Manjari Innovative University Research and Development Cell, bringing together global experts to bridge diverse domains for high-impact collaboration.
We are truly honored to have our esteemed dignitaries. On behalf of everyone, I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to all our respected guests and honor. Thank you for gracing this occasion with your presence. Okay. We are inviting Ishita ma'am and Riddhi ma'am to come on a stage, please.
Now it's a time for bouquet ceremony and lamp lighting. We request Dr. H.M. Nimbak sir to present a bouquet to our esteemed guest, Dr. Vedvyas Dwivedi sir, Vice Chancellor of ITM SLS Baroda University. Now we invite our Chief Patron, Dr. H.M. Nimbak Sir, Provost and CEO of Gyan Manjari Innovative University, to have a bouquet from Professor Neeti Ma'am. I request Deepak sir to hello. I request Deepak sir to facilitate Dr. Nimbak sir with a bouquet. Sorry, I request Deepak sir to facilitate with a bouquet to Anish Vora sir.
Knowledge, like light, should be shared to dispel the darkness of ignorance. We now invite all our dignitaries on the dais to join us for the lamp lighting ceremony to officially inaugurate this conference.
Thank you to all our dignitaries for a beautiful start. May the glow of this lamp guide our discussion today and light the path towards a brighter, more sustainable tomorrow.
To formally commence the event, we invite Professor Anish Vora sir, Director of Training and Placement at GMIU, to deliver the welcome address and present the objectives of the conference. Professor.
Thank you. A very good morning to all. Our distinguished guest and keynote speaker for our international conference, Dr. Vedvyas ji, Provost and CEO of Gyan Manjari Innovative University, Dr. H.M. Nimbak sir, all the respective members of Gyan Manjari Innovative faculties, all the researchers, all the delegates who have joined online as well as those who are present here. A very warm welcome to you all in this international conference. It is my profound honor to welcome you all in the opening ceremony of Gyan Manjari International Conference on Innovation and Research. This is not just a conference. This is a platform with the theme Innovation for Sustainable Future. Sustainable is the main criteria for this international conference. We always hear that necessity is the mother of invention, but now the time has changed. Now we require innovation, and innovation for sustainable future. This conference provides a platform for all the young researchers and innovators to shape a sustainable future. We are bridging the disciplines because it is a multidisciplinary conference. So we are bridging the disciplines, and we are sparking the innovations among the researcher and innovators. This event can be a major catalyst for the whatever innovations we do become a very sustainable, and we are here to make sure that whatever proceedings or whatever innovators are done, that is for the best tomorrow. Our core objective, if I discuss about core objective of the conference, the first and foremost, our objective, that is to promote the sustainability. Whatever work we do today and tomorrow, that should be for the environmental protection and betterment of the life. Second, we are empowering innovators. We are providing this platform for the young researcher and innovators to exhibit their research work and innovations. And third, that is to foster a better collaboration. Now the time has come that we should bridge the gap between academic research and actual industrial application. So the core objective of this conference is to bridge the gap between academic research and industrial application, and that is why interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary work is very important. At Gyan Innovative University, we are always committed for academic excellence and innovative research. We always try for the students and the researcher, they become ethical and innovative professional to tackle all the global challenges. And that is, this conference is to start the journey for the research. This 2 days conference, I'm sure, will provide a better platform for all the researchers. The conference is in hybrid mode. We have plenary session in the morning from 10 to 12:30, and post lunch we have parallel presentation of oral presentation of papers as well as posters. All the tracks are defined. It is given to all the researchers. Today is engineering and technology. Tomorrow we will have a science and pharmacy tracks. So once again, I extend my warm welcome to all of you, and I am sure that our proceedings in next 2 days Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. We now move on to our key session 1. It is our honor to invite Chief Patron for this session.
With a PhD in artificial intelligence and over 27 years of academic and research experience, Dr. H.M. Nimbak sir is a distinguished leader in technical education. He is a prolific innovator with 9 patents to his credit and a frequent contributor to international research journals.
As a champion of NEP 2020 skill-oriented learning, he played a pivotal role in shaping the research landscapes and academic excellence at Gyan Innovative University. Please join me in welcoming a victorious dedicated to fostering innovation and leadership in education, Dr. H.M. Nimbak, sir.
Thank you, Veda. It was wonderful speech. Keep it up, nice. So, good morning, all. First of all, pray to the God because this is the first international conference of this university. I heartily welcome. Yes, I heartily welcome the dignitaries on the dais, Dr. Vedya Dwivedi ji. उसके गाइडेंस हमें जब भी चाहिए, जिस रात को चाहिए, दिन में चाहिए, हमें मिलता रहता है. So, from bottom of my heart, I am thankful to him. Anish sir, organizing team, Ishita madam, Riddhi madam, and the registrar, COE, and academic head, directors, cluster directors, principals, all the researchers, my dear students. This is first event. Might be you feel low, like why this number of students are there, almost 200 plus are there, but why researchers are not there? It's in a blended mode. This event is in a blended mode. So we received, as sir said, more than 40 universities, different researchers, research papers. Not only that, but more than 250 research papers we have received across the Gujarat, India as well. So this is a success of this event, of first events. We try to, the team has actually tried to, scrutinize the good researchers, and then they are going to present over here. This is the first attempt, definitely. You may see this hall, even this is first time we are using, this auditorium we are first time using. You may find some of the areas where the still coloring is pending, even the music installation is still pending. Some of the lights, some of the ACs are, backside ACs are working definitely, but this side ACs are still under the installation process. But we are not waiting for anything, Research should not wait for any resources. Research should start from the bottom of the heart. So, we would like to give a message that research don't need only and only resources are available, then and then only research could be done. That is not the way of research. There are plenties of different ways. There are plenties of options are available in terms of open source, in terms of the rental-based instrumentation, in terms of the support from the industries, in terms of the support from the different organizations. Research could be done, but एक heart होना चाहिए, research-based heart होना चाहिए, तो ये सब possible है. और research-based heart होने का मतलब क्या है? कि दिमाग में research क्या है, वो पहले समझना जरूरी है. Definitely, in a coming the years of the different conferences every year, we will upgrade day by day. मैं सुबह में सर से बात कर रहा था कि हम लोग चाहते हैं कि एरिया स्पेसिफिक रिसर्च को हम लोग आगे ले जाए. जैसे हेल्थ सेक्टर है, डिफेंस सेक्टर है, एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर है, तो काफी पोटेंशियल है हमारे स्टूडेंट्स के लिए भी और इंडस्ट्री के लिए भी, या कोलैबोरेशन के बेस पे. मैं यहाँ पर ये बोलना चाहता हूँ कि इस तरह से हम लोग आगे ले जाएंगे जैसे इंडस्ट्री को भी इसका बेनिफिट हो. जनरली टू टाइप्स ऑफ इंस्टीट्यूट्स आर देयर, एक रिसर्च बेस्ड इंस्टीट्यूट एंड एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट. हमने CSMCRI हमें पता है रिसर्च बेस्ड इंस्टीट्यूट है, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया और आई मीन एस्टैब्लिशिंग दीज काइंड ऑफ रिसर्च बेस्ड इंस्टीट्यूट. नंबर ऑफ CSMCRIs आर अवेलेबल इन इंडिया. तो उसका बेसिक काम क्या होता है कि रिसर्च करो, अपने मैन पावर के साथ और इंडस्ट्री के साथ कोलैबोरेट करे, अल्टीमेटली इंडस्ट्री को वो टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रांसफर करे. सो दिस इज व्हाट द मेन पर्पस ऑफ द इंस्टीट्यूट, रिसर्च बेस्ड इंस्टीट्यूट्स. हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी या इस टाइप की जितनी भी यूनिवर्सिटीज है उसमें रिसर्च क्यों चाहिए? व्हेन देयर आर अवेलेबल डिफरेंट इंस्टीट्यूट फॉर रिसर्च, व्हाई वी नीड रिसर्च? तो उसका आंसर ये है मेरे हिसाब से कि if students will think about the research, if students will know that what is actually the research is, what way I can contribute to the research area, then and then these kind of institute can work it out deeply. And not only that, even as foreign universities are doing that, कितनी सारी इंडस्ट्री है जो एफर्ट नहीं कर सकती रिसर्च डिपार्टमेंट इन दैट देयर ओन इंडस्ट्री वी कैन से. तो हो सकता है कि उसको रिसर्च करवाना है. इट कुड बी इन एनी फील्ड, लाइक इट कुड बी इन मैनेजमेंट, इट कुड बी इन प्रोडक्टिविटी, इट कुड बी इन मटेरियल मैनेजमेंट, इट कुड बी हाउ टू इंक्रीज द प्रोडक्टिविटी. फॉर एग्जांपल ऐसी इंडस्ट्रीज होती है जिसके अंदर ये सब एरियाज अवेलेबल होता है, ये टॉपिक्स अवेलेबल होता है जिसके ऊपर इंडस्ट्री वर्क करना चाहती है बट वो नहीं कर पाती. क्यों? क्योंकि फंडिंग की कमी रहती है एमएसएमई में स्पेशली. तो हमारा पर्पस ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, ऐसी इवेंट की ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के बेस पे ये है कि हमारे स्टूडेंट्स को अच्छी वाली डेफिनेशंस मिले, रिसर्च ओरिएंटेड माइंडसेट डेवलप हो, इवन हमारे फैकल्टी के माइंडसेट भी रिसर्च ओरिएंटेड बने और उस बेस पे हम लोग आगे बढ़ सके. आज के समय पे एजुकेशन इज गेटिंग चेंज. आपको भी पता है हमारी पीएलएम मेथड, सभी स्टूडेंट्स यहाँ पर जाते हैं और रिसर्चर जो बाहर से आए हैं शायद उसको पता ना हो, बट हम लोग डिफरेंट मेथड से वर्कआउट कर रहे हैं. उसके अंदर अगर हम देखा जाए तो हमने सिलेबस ही ऐसा चेंज किया है कि जहां पर रिसर्च ओरिएंटेड माइंडसेट हो. इवन एनईपी सेइंग कि आप 4th ईयर जो है वो आइदर मल्टीडिसिप्लिनरी आई मीन कर सकते हैं इन द रिसर्च एरिया. आप 4th ईयर जो है वो पूरा रिसर्च बेस्ड आप वर्कआउट कर सकते हैं. तो ये गवर्नमेंट ने भी ऑप्शन दिए है, इसलिए हमने भी उसको यूटिलाइज करने की ट्राई की और उस बेस पे हमने काफी सब्जेक्ट्स ऐसे रखे कि जिसके बेस पे आप रिसर्च कर पाए. क्योंकि आज के दिन पे इंफॉर्मेशन अवेलेबल एवरीवेयर है ना, डेटा अवेलेबल एवरीवेयर. डेटा और इंफॉर्मेशन में डिफरेंस है. डिफरेंस क्या है? बेसिकली बोलूं तो इंफॉर्मेशन जब आप डेटा को यूटिलाइज करते हैं अपनी सहूलियत के लिए या तो फिर मैन पावर के उत्थान के लिए, सोसाइटी के लिए, सोसाइटी के बेनिफिट के लिए जब आप डेटा का यूटिलाइज करते हैं जिसको हम इंफॉर्मेशन बोलते हैं. तो इंफॉर्मेशन तो अवेलेबल है सभी जगह पर, बट हमें डेटा अवेलेबल है, इंफॉर्मेशन में उसको कन्वर्ट करना है. तो हमें समझना पड़ेगा कि उस डेटा को हम किस तरह से यूटिलाइज करके उस नॉलेज में उसको कन्वर्ट कर पाए और उस नॉलेज को सोसाइटी में वापस दे, ताकि हमारी जो लाइफस्टाइल है, लाइफस्टाइल नहीं बोल सकते, लाइफ है वो अपग्रेड हो, है ना. आज क्या हो रहा है, हमें क्या चाहिए, उसको कॉन्शियसली हमें सोचना पड़ेगा. आज किसी एक टॉपिक पे रिसर्च के बारे में, जैसे मेरा टॉपिक है एआई, मैंने पढ़ा है एआई मीन, तो एआई पे मैं डीप में जाके बोलूंगा कि पहले एआई आया, फिर मशीन लर्निंग आया, फिर डीप लर्निंग आया, फिर स्पेशल लर्निंग भी, स्पेशल इंटेलिजेंस भी आ गया, जहां पर इंडिविजुअल नोड अपनी इंटेलिजेंस को कंबाइन करके कुछ एक या दूसरा टास्क परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं आज के दिन पे. बट उसके डीप में मैं नहीं जाऊं, मैं आपको जनरल बात कर रहा हूं रिसर्च की कि आज के दिन पे जो चाहिए वो क्या है, वो है इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी एंड मल्टीडिसिप्लिनरी रिसर्च. इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी का मतलब क्या है कि आप इंजीनियरिंग में हो, आप मैकेनिकल एंड कंप्यूटर को कंबाइन करो, इलेक्ट्रिकल मैकेनिकल को कंबाइन करो, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स इलेक्ट्रिकल को कंबाइन करो, ये सब करके आप कुछ रिसर्च करो. दैट इज व्हाट द नीड, इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी नीड ऑफ रिसर्च. आप किसी भी कंपनी में जाओ, आपको पता है इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी होता है. मल्टीडिसिप्लिनरी यानी कि आप साइंस का यूटिलाइज करो. आज के दिन पे मेजर प्रॉब्लम वर्ल्ड का क्या है? एक प्रॉब्लम अगर हम देखें तो वो है एनर्जी. है ना, ये वॉर हमें पता है एनर्जी का मूल्य क्या है अभी, है ना। सेकंड, अगर हमें रिसर्च करना है तो क्या है, किसके ऊपर फोकस करना पड़ेगा, एनवायरमेंट, है ना। क्लाइमेट चेंज कितना फास्ट हो रहा है, एनवायरमेंट पे अगर हम लोग ध्यान नहीं देंगे, हाँ। और थर्ड जो है उसको हम बोल सकते हैं एल्बो, यानी कि अर्बन डेंसिटी, इतनी पॉपुलैरिटी बढ़ रही है कि अर्बन डेंसिटी ठूस हो रही है ना। हम लोग एक एरिया आज देखेंगे, एक साल के बाद नया एरिया बन जाएगा, वहां पर कितने सारे बिल्डिंग्स बन जाएंगे, रोड्स, ये वो सब कुछ आ जाएगा। तो क्या हमें लगता है कि कंप्यूटर वालों को सिर्फ कंप्यूटर का काम ही करना चाहिए, इलेक्ट्रिकल वालों को इलेक्ट्रिकल का काम करना चाहिए, या साइंस वालों को साइंस का काम करना चाहिए? आज के दिन में मटेरियल को हमें चाहिए, मटेरियल में भी मॉड्यूलैरिटी आ गई है। सिविल जो है वो रिसर्च कहां पर करेगा, मॉड्यूलैरिटी में करेगा ना। मटेरियल जो है मॉड्यूलर बेस्ड, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि ब्रिक्स बनाया फिर ये डाला फिर पूरी वॉल बनेगी। मॉड्यूलर बना के इंडस्ट्रीज में से लेके आओ, अरेंज करो, अपना हाउस तैयार, बिल्डिंग तैयार। ये रिसर्च का टॉपिक है। हमें एनवायरनमेंट पे अगर क्लाइमेट चेंज है तो एआई डेटा से क्लाइमेट को प्रिडिक्ट करो और उसके बेस पे क्या कर सकते हैं वो सोचो, वो रिसर्च एरिया हो जाएगा। आज कोई एक मल्टीडिसिप्लिनरी इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ उसकी बात कर रहा हूँ, है ना। आज हमारे इंडिया में भी गवर्नमेंट ने भी काफी कुछ किया है। मैं आपके थोड़ा मैं भी रिसर्च करके आया, क्योंकि रिसर्च की कॉन्फ्रेंस है तो मुझे भी रिसर्च करना पड़ेगा। मेरी एरिया में इन जनरल की रिसर्च क्या हो रहा है, तो मैंने थोड़ा देखा कि आज के दिन पे जो डिजाइन इंटेंट है वो है मॉड्यूलर डिजाइन। मैंने जैसे बताया, मटेरियल जो है वो बायोडिग्रेडेबल होना चाहिए। हम बार बार रोड बनाते हैं और रोड है वो बारिश धूप ये सब निकल के वो रोड खत्म हो जाता है। क्यों ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि वो रोड अपने आप ही हील हो जाए, बायोडिग्रेडेबल रोड बने कि अपने आप हील हो जाए। नेचर क्या करती है, अपने आप को, हमारी बॉडी क्या करती है, अपने आप को खुद हील करती रहती है ना एवरीडे। तो क्यों ऐसा कुछ हो सकता है जहां पर रिसर्च हो और अब हम लोग कुछ कर पाए? क्या इकोनॉमी जो अभी है वो मेड इन इंडिया से डिजाइन इन इंडिया पर शिफ्ट हो गई है? आपको सोचना पड़ेगा, सभी रिसर्चर यहाँ पर जितने भी है उसको सोचना पड़ेगा, मेड इन इंडिया से डिजाइन इन इंडिया। एजुकेशन जो है वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ बुकिश नॉलेज नहीं रहा, उसको क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग में कन्वर्ट करना पड़ेगा। ये रिसर्च है कि किस तरह से क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग में कन्वर्ट किया जाए एजुकेशन। क्योंकि बीएड भी हम लोग कर रहे हैं ना, बीएड में भी रिसर्च हो सकता है कि एजुकेशन अभी किस तरह से चेंज हो सकता है, क्या करना पड़ेगा। सिक्योरिटी में हम लोग जितने भी डिपेंडेंसी कम करेंगे उतना हमारे लिए अच्छा है। हम लोग अभी देख ही रहे कि सिक्योरिटी डिफेंस एरिया में क्या हो रहा है। हम लोग किसी और कंट्री के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट है। कितने एरियाज है जहां पर हम लोग वर्कआउट कर सकते हैं, रिसर्च कर सकते हैं। और डीआरडीओ ऐसी इंस्टीट्यूट है, रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट, जो इस पर्टिकुलर एरिया पे वर्कआउट कर रही है, रिसर्च करके अपने एरिया को स्ट्रेंथन कर रही है। सेम वे सोसाइटियल अगर बात करें, R&D पुश के अंदर गवर्नमेंट ने भी 0.7% ऑफ जीडीपी जो है उसमें 0.7% बजट जो है वो रिसर्च के लिए रखा है। क्यों? क्योंकि ये सब नीडेड है आज के समय में, ये रिक्वायरमेंट्स। नॉट ओनली दैट, डीप टेक की बात करें, सेमीकंडक्टर मिशन की बात करें, या तो फिर एआई मिशन अभी जो चल रहा है उसकी बात करें। मैं डीप में नहीं जाता, बहुत शॉर्ट में बताता हूँ। बट ये सब कुछ रिसर्च टॉपिक है। और अगर रिसर्चर्स उसको एक बार पकड़ ले पर्टिकुलर एरिया को, जैसे हेल्थ एरिया है, हेल्थ को पकड़ लो, आप एआई के साथ हेल्थ, एआई के साथ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स को जोड़ दो। आप सोचो कि फुटप्रिंट, कार्बन फुटप्रिंट हम चिप के बेस पे कैसे रिड्यूस कर पाए, तो आपकी करियर भी डेफिनेटली ब्राइट होगी। सो रिसर्च ओरिएंटेड माइंड क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग बनाता है, और क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग माइंड डेफिनेटली आपको करियर ओरिएंटेड बनाता है। तो इसीलिए रिसर्च चाहिए एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट में, कि एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट इंडस्ट्री के साथ या सोसाइटी के साथ मिलकर रिसर्च कर पाए। तो ये बड़ी बात है। इस पुश के थ्रू, गवर्नमेंट के पुश के थ्रू, इवन जो अवेयरनेस बढ़ी है रिसर्च में, उसके बेस पे 2020-21 से 2025 तक पेटेंट्स में 88% इंक्रीमेंट हुआ है। हमारे इंडिया के पेटेंट्स 88% इंक्रीज हुई है। पेटेंट्स जो अप्रूवल हो रही है उसमें 88% इंक्रीमेंट हुआ है। नॉट ओनली दैट, डिजाइन रजिस्ट्रेशन है 2.5 टाइम्स उसमें ग्रोथ हुआ है और ट्रेडमार्क में 28% ग्रोथ हुआ है। सो ये दिखाता है कि रिसर्च कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है किसी भी कंट्री के लिए, किसी भी इंस्टीट्यूट के लिए। और हमने यहाँ पर भी हमारे डिप्लोमा के स्टूडेंट्स ने पेटेंट और इंटरनेशनल पेपर्स पब्लिश किए हैं, उसके भी एग्जांपल्स यहाँ पर है। हमारा स्टार्टअप तो आपको पता ही है कि एक यूनिकॉर्न बन गया है, बट फिर भी अगर हम लोग बात करें तो हमारे स्टूडेंट्स भी इंटरनेशनल पेपर्स पब्लिश कर रहे। इवन डिजाइन पैटर्न नहीं, जस्ट डिजाइन पैटर्न नहीं, टेक्निकल पैटर्न भी पब्लिश हो रही है। सो ये एनवायरनमेंट मुझे लगता है कि आज से और एक्सेलरेट होगा, कमिंग इयर्स में वो और आगे बढ़ेगा। इसीलिए हम लोग माइनर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के ऊपर फोकस कर रहे हैं। हमारे स्टूडेंट्स यहाँ पर रिसर्चर जितने बैठे हैं उसको मैं बताना चाहूंगा कि आप ट्राई करो कि ड्यूरिंग द टेन्योर आप किसी एक माइनर के साथ या ऑनर के साथ पढ़ो जो आपको उस फील्ड के अंदर रिसर्च को बढ़ावा देगा, उस रिसर्च एरिया में, उस फील्ड में आपको वो एक्स्ट्रा नॉलेज देगा ताकि आप अपने करियर में रिसर्च को ऐड करके एक नई ऊंचाई हासिल कर सको। मुझे लगता है कि ये माइलस्टोन है, फर्स्ट टाइम हमने ये अटेम्प्ट किया है। आगे जाके मुझे लगता है ये 2.0 जब आएगा तो ये पूरा हॉल भरा हुआ होगा, यहाँ पर 10-15 एक्सपर्ट्स होंगे। आज भी हो सकते थे, कल सेशन है, दूसरे एक्सपर्ट्स कल आएंगे। बट इसको फॉर्मल बनाने के तौर मुझे नहीं लगता कि इसको फॉर्मली ज्यादा लेना चाहिए। इंस्टेड ऑफ फॉर्मल हमें रिसर्च कितना डीपली हो रहा है, हमें कितने अच्छे पेपर्स ज्यादा मिल रहे हैं, कितना अच्छा रिसर्च जो है वो उसको टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रांसफर करके उसकी इंडस्ट्री को यूटिलाइज कर रहे हैं, या सेक्टर स्पेसिफिक रिसर्च कितना डीपली हो रहा है उसके ऊपर ज्यादा फोकस करना पड़ेगा। क्योंकि आज के जमाने में कोई फिजिकली आना नहीं चाहता, सब लोग हमारा कितने सारे फैकल्टीज है वो इंटरनेशनल पेपर है वो ऑनलाइन प्रेजेंट कर देते। वहां पर ये आधे घंटे का पेपर प्रेजेंटेशन अपना टॉक देने के लिए यहाँ से यूएस, यूके या ऑस्ट्रेलिया कहीं पर जाना जरूरी नहीं है क्योंकि अभी टेक्नोलॉजीज आर अवेलेबल। सो दैट्स व्हाई क्राउड इज नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट, द रिसर्च इन द कोर सेंस व्हिच इज वेरी मच इम्पोर्टेंट। अगेन आई एम वेलकमिंग यू ऑल एंड विशिंग यू ऑल जो रिसर्च है अपने एरिया में ज्यादा से ज्यादा पुश करो, आगे बढ़ो, क्योंकि आपके करियर के लिए भी रिसर्च बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट। सो again thank you again this team that who has done a wonderful job to organize this. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nimbak sir. We are now privileged to lead into plenary session 2 with a distinguished academic leader and researcher.
With a career spanning over 28 years, Dr. Vedya Dwivedi sir holds a postdoctorate and PhD in microwave and electromagnetics. His expertise ranges from satellite communication to cutting-edge semiconductors, quantum technology.
A prolific scholar. He has authored too many research papers and 9 books. Beyond his technical contributions, he is leading voice in quality assurance and a strong advocate for aligning higher education with sustainable development goals.
Please join me in welcoming a visionary leader dedicated to bridging the gap between industry, traditional knowledge and modern innovation. Dr. Vedya Dwivedi sir.
In this beautiful hall, the first international conference, first time being utilized, and more or less first time we all are gathering on such a pious, valuable occasion wherein we are fortunate to welcome the first provost of this university, my very dear and near to my heart, my younger some brother like Dr. Nimbarkji, who by nature is a true human being, who himself is a very noble-hearted, great, productive mindset holder, and since long I know him, how he is developing, he is taking care of the institution like his child. So at this occasion, I would like to very transparently and very honestly submit that he deserves a big congratulations and big applause. So thank you for inviting me here to see the great youth and researchers of this nation who are going to contribute towards the true development and progress and growth of the nation by, say, as per the government of Bharat, 2047. But I could see we can achieve it 12 years before that, probably by 2035, because of his leadership at Gyan Manjari Innovation University, wherein he has a big team of approximately 300 staff members, including teaching and non-teaching staff. So this is a great achievement, wherein the leadership like Anishji, I know him since long, I think for last 10 years, more than that, and many sitting in the front bench, including Ishita, Riddhi, Rahul, and many more. So on this occasion, on behalf of my university, ITM, SLS Baroda University, on behalf of myself, and on behalf of the nation as a whole, I would like to congratulate you, not only to the wishes in the best fashion and manner, but to congratulate you. The reason is, we have on this earth approximately 850 crores of people across all 122 nations. And if we count on tips, we will come to know it's hardly less than 1% people contributing officially and formally in research. Less than 1%. And if it is less than 1%, then probably we fall in that category. And going into that slot of, say, less than 1% is an achievement and it is an attainment as well. So for that, on behalf of Gyan Manjari University, the team of Gyan Manjari, I'll not forget to take the name and obligation of Avinashji. Right. So on behalf of everyone, congratulations to you. First international conference. Two, three things I would like to further extend what Dr. Nimbarkji told, what Anishji told. In crux, they wanted to convey you how to enhance the productivity at individual level, how to enhance the productivity at the system level, and how to enhance the overall productivity of your life as a career, as a personal self, as a professional, and many more. Because if I am not productive, I cannot teach and preach to the next generation. I cannot convey and pass it, propagate it down to the next generation. It is not at all possible if I am not perfect in any given destined field. Probably you all have some specific narrowed down specialization in your XYZ discipline. Suppose you are trying to excavate knowledge, you are trying to explore some new innovative things in the field, then what is required? Day to day, minute to minute, second to second, breath to breath, every time, your mind, hand and heart should get integrated towards each other so that your productivity overall can get enhanced. To enhance the productivity of the self, few things are required. As this sweet child told that the Indian knowledge system is quite important in this part. She told, I am expert of it. Okay, up to some extent she is right. But the thing is, integration of IKS system with the innovative technology, sciences and other knowledge bodies are equally important. Until and unless we are in a process to integrate, we cannot succeed. Whether it is your professional career, your personal life or any other. And therefore, the overall productivity I am talking about. What Anish ji also told and Nimbag ji as well. And for that, in the given area, I will have to be sustainable. Sustainable on various platforms. There are approximately 18 inner parameters of our body. 18 plus 1 which is deeply rooted inside our body, so 19, and there are 22 parameters which are not inside our body, they are surrounding the body. If you are doing some research, say for example, you are working on AI based sensor technology, and if you are designing the sensor, whether it is for monitoring the health parameters, whether it is for the external signals, whether it is for the astronauts, whether it is for anything, whether it is going to be installed inside the body, outside the body, whether it is being installed, say, in the system outside. So that AI-based sensor is having only 29 parameters. I am technically speaking to you. So these 29 parameters, while a human body is having 18 plus 1 plus 16. How many? 45, 35 approximately. Plus their subcomponents that depends on person to person. Say for example, what is the height, what is the weight, what is the composition of chemicals in the body, and so on and so forth. So in a human body, there are approximately 45 to 46 parameters inside plus outside, which are required to be measured continuously, consistently, with no break. Say Sunita Williams, when visited space, she was having 72 sensors on her body. Fine. Now 72 sensors on the body matters. Probably you are walking in the morning and you are counting the steps. Oh, 2,000 steps I have walked today. But for her in space, managing 72 sensors and consistently being monitored by the Earth station here on the ground, and then communicating with the system is really a tough job. I mean, every minute, every second, her shwas mein, she has to be on toe. Now just imagine, you are sitting in a computer lab or you are sitting in your research laboratory and you are being monitored continuously by some CCTV system. More or less, after a day or two, you will start frustrating. Oh, someone is monitoring me. If I am taking a glass of water, then your boss will say, oh, why you are taking a glass of water? Do work. Why you are taking a nap? Do your work. Then you will start getting frustrated. That frustration will lead you into a great depression state. And then you will break down. But when we are under such monitoring position, such monitoring system, as a researcher, where your guide is there, where your mentor is there, where there are hundreds of systems which are observing you every now and then you have to be very much particular, very much productive, very much sustainable. In what sense to be sustainable? Suppose you are writing a research paper, whether it is review paper, it is any kind of, say, you are writing a white paper, say you are writing a research proposal for grant, suppose you are writing just, paper for knowledge giving purpose, anything you can write. Suppose you are writing a case study, you are writing, say, technical report, or anything in the form of, say, your outcome. Then what is required actually? AI is going to just guide you. It will just guide you. Any AI, whether it is Gemini or any, say, whether it is science or it is whatever it is, it's hardly going to give you maximum 1.5 page on a single prompt. Not more than that. Do you think your research paper is limited to that prompt of, say, 4 or 5 prompts and covering 7 to 8 pages? That's all. No. It is not at all a research. It is not possible to write that kind of paper I am talking about. So what is required? So consistently, good in-depth reading will be required. And that in-depth, good reading will lead your mind from superficial knowledge, shallow knowledge, to the deeper and diving into the knowledge system. It will lead you from education system to learning system. Today, we all are the product of education system, wherein we are being educated by someone, whether it is your peers, it is your colleague, it is your friend, it may be your parents, it may be your teachers, and many more. So they all are educating us. Now, in 21st century and beyond, this education system, what we have passed into till date will get collapsed. It is going to collapse now. And as he told, Nimbarkji told, the information, the data, everything is available. That availability does not mean you are going to learn. This availability only will enable you, facilitate you to understand, but not to practice and to realize. So until and unless this knowledge we start practicing in our life, realizing in our life, that will not get transformed from education to learning. Once the learning phase starts, say for example today it is day one for this university to learn how to conduct, how to organize, how to make it success the international conference. Say day one, learning. Similarly, for many of you, today is the first day how to present the paper, how to write the paper, how to face the team for question answer session, and many more things. So this learning, if in our practice, then only sustainability for us will be there in the market. Otherwise, anyone who is in education system will get thrown out of the system. Until and unless we transform ourselves from education to learning. Therefore, let us not be in the field of islands, and let us integrate. Integration means what? Integrate everything. Say for example, I told you approximately 45-46 parameters, they must be integrated. How to integrate them? What is the method? What is the tool? And the only tool, the only method is to actively collaborate. Why actively collaborate then? For 21st century and onwards, collaboration is the currency. If you are sitting on an island and you are isolated from the world, and we all are having our own world. मेरी अपनी दुनिया अलग है, आपकी दुनिया अलग है, मेरी दिन की दुनिया अलग है, मेरी रात की दुनिया अलग है. मेरी यूनिवर्सिटी की दुनिया अलग है, मेरे घर की दुनिया अलग है. So I have so many worlds of mine. Similarly, if I am not at all totally collaborated with other worlds, and if the collaboration is missing, then I will be thrown out from the world of ours. And therefore, Anish ji had stressed upon three things. One of them was the productivity, second was sustainability, and third was collaboration. Probably you heard. मैं आपको दोबारा याद क्यों दिला रहा हूँ? क्योंकि लगभग 45 मिनट पहले बोला था. And we are AI people, so we don't bother about remembering the things. So I am reminding you what Anish ji tried to convey you, and why it is so. And that is the theme of this conference. The theme of this conference is number one, as I told, productivity enhancement. Now, if I start speaking and talking and discussing on productivity enhancement, it will take 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. Such a broad topic it is. The second part he told is the sustainability. The entire United Nations, the whole world is after sustainability. You know, all these SDGs 17 were in 2015 launched. And in 2015 they launched, and today we are sitting after 11 years. But these 17 SDGs have not been 100% and fully practiced and implemented in our lives. Now, how many years it will take? So they have given a target of 2030. 4 साल और है हमारे पास. तो जो हम 11 साल में नहीं कर सके, 4 साल में तो कर ही लेंगे ना. So the thing is, second part of this conference is sustainability. Sustainability of the self is very much important. आज अब क्लास में जाते हैं, AI से पढ़ के जाते हैं, तो बच्चे आपकी ओर देखेंगे और फिर सो जाएंगे. The thing is, if I am a researcher, I have to be sustainable in my research. Recently, on 14th of February, just a month ago, 2 months before, I was working on a sensor technology using Mimosa pudica plant. Mimosa pudica means chui mui, touch me not, means Gujarati mein lajamani. So I was working on that plant. Those who are from biology, they might be knowing. Those who are in botany, they might be knowing up to some extent. Those who are in, further part of it, they can understand it up to some extent. So I had designed a sensor using Mimosa pudica and quantum semiconductor technology. When I was working on it, I came to know there are only 3 scientists across the whole world. Only 3 scientists. 1, 2, and 3. They have published papers on this area. There is huge literature available on AI, but there is no integration. Botanists are sitting in their chamber. Semiconductor technologists are sitting in their chambers. AI people are, of course, sitting in their chambers, but there is no integration. Just imagine. And I tried to develop a system which can be put on our top floors, say on the roof, and it can be used to absorb the radiation in the environment. What kind of radiation? We all are carrying so many electronic gadgets with us. These all gadgets are radiating 24/7, and they are invisibly affecting our body and environment as well. The moment this radiation goes into the space, it is polluting it like anything. Everything, say these lights, the wires inside these walls, everything, all electrical and electronic equipments and appliances, whether it is home, it is office, it is field, it is anything, anywhere. So this radiation is uncontrolled. Now try to understand the turning point of it. Why I am trying to address it here, from here, because tomorrow you will see this as a patent in my name, then don't get surprised. So what is happening here is this invisible radiation which is surrounding us is affecting us like anything we are talking about. Every chai wala, pan wala, rickshaw wala, professor, researcher is talking. Talking does not mean there is a solution. Talking means it's a gossip only. You are concerned to it, but you are not doing anything for it. So the responsibility of all of us is to do. Until and unless we start an initiative to get the solution for it, we are not technocrats, we are not scientists, we are not professionals, and therefore, to absorb this radiation is one kind of support, one kind of contribution for the sustainable next generation. If you are not doing something which is for the next generation, then people will abuse you after 2, 3, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 100 years. We are appreciating the people who has contributed for the world, and today we are taking benefit out of it. So our responsibility is to contribute something which is going to be useful for the next generation. That is what is the definition of sustainability. As a scientist, as a professor, as a technocrat, as a professional, it is my responsibility, it is my core duty, moral responsibility, in fact, to do something which will lead the whole world towards sustainable world. And to do that, this is one of the initiatives I have taken, my research team has taken, and we are developing that sensor. Now, what will be the functionality? It is going to be, say, installed on the rooftop, and the moment there will be some radiation at, say, XYZ level, and the moment it touches, then just like Lajamani ka jo plant hai, so just like that plant, the moment it will touch, you are touching the plant, right? What happens when you touch it? It closes its leaves. Uske patte band ho jate hain. Kyun? It is just like absorbing the energy from your body. आपके body में जो energy है, it gets transferred to the plant's leaf. पत्ती में transfer हो जाता है. The moment your energy is transferred to the leaf, leaf का जो capacity है, एक अमुक लेवल की कैपेसिटी है. आपके ऊपर अगर 10 किलो वजन रखें तो आप खड़े रहेंगे, 20 किलो करें तो भी खड़े रहेंगे, लेकिन 100 किलो कर दे तो आप. Similarly, this leaf, when you touch, आपकी एनर्जी बहुत हाई है. That energy it absorbs. The moment it absorbs the energy, वो सहन नहीं कर पाता, and it reacts. And the reaction is closing the leaf, unfolding the leaf, और जैसे ही वो बंद हो जाता है, that is where our role starts. So what we are going to do, Nimbag ji, any radiation, if touches that part of our sensor, the moment it touches, energy will be absorbed, and absorbed energy will be transformed in the form of charging the battery or something. Getting my point? Suppose this system gets developed, and tomorrow, in the entire universe, whatever kind of radiation is there, all radiations are going to be absorbed, and वातावरण एकदम स्वच्छ हो जाएगा. It will be so clean. There will be no radiation in the space, and the space will be so clean, and tomorrow, whatever radiation you want, you produce. You are free to produce any kind of radiation. So we are having the check on producing the radiation, but not absorbing the radiation. That is today's education system. But learning system says, no, this is not sufficient. It is going to collapse, and therefore the gap is required to be filled. what was the last sentence of your provost, Dr. Nimbarg ji, that the gap between academia and industry be filled. That gap should be anyhow be removed. So how to remove it? Then our education to learning system we have to develop. That will be our first and foremost responsibility and in fact the duty. And therefore, I was here and I am here to help you, to guide you, to support you, to promote you. Whatever you want, whatever you wish, you can ask, you can discuss, and you get your doubts cleared as far the research is concerned. As a university here, I think what he proposed, that there should be cluster-wise, discipline-wise, specialization-wise, industry demand-wise conference to be organized. I welcome it, and I in fact appreciate that this move is going to certainly take this university on the national platform, though it is third year of the university roughly. But the way university is moving, I can foresee how this brilliant idea is going to get converted into sweet fruits, and therefore there are ample opportunities for anyone who is associated with this university, whether it is a student, whether it is a researcher, whether it is a faculty, or anyone, teaching, non-teaching. So for everyone, there is ample opportunity to grow. And of course, the moment you grow, university will automatically grow like anything. Therefore, 3-4 points I will just summarize today in this first conference. One, try to collaborate, which is really very easy, very, very easy. Speaking it with big terminology of collaboration, so many letters are there in the dictionary, is very difficult. But in reality, it is practicing very easy. Its practice is very easy. What you have to do is, you just try to explore what kind of industry in the field of your expertise, in the field of your, say, specialization available. Try to go and communicate with them. Tell them, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि this research we are doing right now, consistency I have maintained, say, sustainability in research I have maintained. Similarly, you start exploring it. In the previous session when I had been here, probably 6 months before or a year before, when research-oriented some discussion was there, then I had told you, try to collaborate. So since then till date, I think some of you have already collaborated. Collaborate at the individual level, then at group level, then at university level. Group in the sense, say, one person is from physics, other is from, say, other department, other is from other department. So like that, there will be a cluster. That cluster will have, say, 4 or 5 members. Each and every member will have one individual collaboration. So 5 into 2, so approximately there will be 10 collaborations. Then after come to conclude, come to a theme, take that theme and then write a proposal for collaboration at national and international level. And like that, layer 1, layer 2 and layer 3. So once that group has collaborated, you can apply for such conferences, you will get funding. What he was saying, Nimbarg-ji, that funding is very much important. So funding you can get, even you will get grants. Fund is different and grant is different. You will get sponsorships. You can get many more promotional supports from various organizations. They are looking for it. I'll give an example again. So there is a CSR activity and CSR fund in all the organizations. And it is mandatory, it is compulsory, it is essential for all the organizations to keep that CSR fund aside. Say some organization is having revenue generation of say 10 CR per annum, तो उनमें से लगभग 20 लाख से लेकर के 2 करोड़ तक CSR वो अलग रख देते हैं. नाउ दैट अमाउंट दे वेट कि कोई तो आओ मुझसे लेने आ जाओ. बट वी पीपल आर वेरी सीधा साधा पीपल, वी डोंट गो टू टेक. नाउ भीख मांगने तो जा नहीं रहे हैं, वी डिजर्व टू गेट. तो डिजर्व में हमें डिजर्व होना पड़ेगा. वी हैव टू inculcate that capability in us. हाँ, if I am going to Tata's and I say मुझे 1 करोड़ रुपए का ग्रांट चाहिए, मुझे 20 लाख रुपए का फंड चाहिए, या मुझे 2 लाख रुपए का प्रमोशनल स्पॉन्सरशिप चाहिए, they are ready to give. But to whom to give? So for that they have a system, they have a procedure. So you have to pass through that procedure and then you will get it. तो प्रोसीजर में द फर्स्ट पार्ट इज टू कोलैबोरेट. तो कोलैबोरेशन इज वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट, अदरवाइज यू विल नॉट गेट. कोलैबोरेशन डज नॉट मीन कि मेरा दोस्त वहाँ पे जनरल मैनेजर है और मैं अप्लाई करूँगी तो मुझे 2 लाख मिल जाएगा. नो, नॉट एट ऑल, इट इज़ नॉट पॉसिबल. कोलैबोरेशन मीन्स डिफरेंट, एंड यू हैव गुड सेल ओवर हियर, entrepreneurship development cell. Through that cell you can apply and you will get it. So that is the first part what I wanted to of course extend what these gentlemen told you. So collaboration, so decide today, because the moment you entered you were X person, and the moment you will go out of this hall you will be Y person. So become a good Y, that yes, next week I am going to collaborate and apply. So personal growth, professional growth, institutional growth is going to happen if you take this as a mantra, as an advice. So this is part 1 of this my interaction with you. Part 2, become a noble researcher. What is happening every month, if you have an eye on the world research publications, world research patents, you will come to know, but keep an eye on it. Fine. So I'll take an example and then I'll come back to this point. When I was trying to apply for a patent, probably it was 11th patent at that time. So I applied, and the research was on a railway track. So suppose this is a railway track, this one. So this part, bottom side of the railway track is unused. ध्यान में आ रहा है आपको? रेलवे लाइन है, तो रेलवे लाइन पे ये नीचे वाला जो पोर्शन है ना, ये वाला, दिस इज अनयूज्ड. मेटल का जो पीस है, इट इज अनयूज्ड. ये जैसे ये नीचे का है, दिस वन. तो वी थॉट कि इसमें कुछ रिसर्च करना चाहिए. देन माई सेल्फ एंड माई टीम डेवलप्ड ए सेंसर इन सच अ वे कि 1.5 किलोमीटर लेफ्ट हैंड साइड एंड 1.5 किलोमीटर राइट हैंड साइड. तो कितना हो गया? 3 किलोमीटर. तो 3 किलोमीटर में अगर कोई भी एक्सप्लोसिव मटेरियल रख देता है, क्योंकि ट्रेन की पटरी को आए दिन उड़ा दिया जाता है, तो वी थॉट हाउ टू प्रोटेक्ट इट. तो हमने एक सेंसर डेवलप किया, इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक सेंसर, एंड हमने उसका रेंज रखा माइनस एक्स एक्सिस 1 किलोमीटर and plus x axis 1 kilometer, instead of 1.5 kilometer. Instead of 3 kilometers we kept it 2 kilometers, and we tested it and we were successful. So we used this space. हमने अलग where to install it, तो हमने उसको ऐसे डेवलप किया कि इसमें चिपक जाए. तो we developed it and we tried to file a patent. So those who are from mathematics background, they are okay, 12th pass किया जिसने भी mathematics से, they know. So we used cosine technology, not sinusoidal technology. Sin, cos, tan आपने पढ़ा होगा, sin theta, cos theta, tan theta. So we used cos theta. Before that, such sensors were using sin theta. But sinusoidal part में imaginary part ज़्यादा होता है, real plus imaginary. So what we did, we filtered the imaginary part, and we extracted the real part, that is cosine part, and we used that technology in the this our sensor, and we got very good results. When we applied for patent, see the difficulties. Generally a patent takes 8 months to 13-14 months and you get it. Patent publication is different, patent design is different, patent grant is different, and patent as a product is different. So our claim was patent as a product. That is the 4th stage. So one person from Turkey raised a question. This technology we are using here, here and there, you have stolen it. Okay, fine. Accepted. Now the question comes to prove. That you prove we have stolen it. We have already used it. हमने बना दिया and successfully चल रहा है. अब आप क्लेम कर रहे हो कि हमने आपकी टेक्नोलॉजी को चुराया है. तो जिम्मेदारी किसकी होती है बताने की कि हमारी टेक्नोलॉजी को आपने चुराया है. तो जो क्लेम कर रहा है उसकी जिम्मेदारी होती है. So we launched a case against that case. कि yes, we accept that we have stolen it. Now you prove it, we have stolen. We surrendered. It took about 1.5 years for him to prove that we have not stolen. So the thing is, you don't get afraid of. जो आपके दिमाग में आता है छोटी बड़ी, जो छोटी से छोटी चीज आ जाए ना, उसके ऊपर काम करो. डोंट पब्लिश, साइलेंटली काम करो. एंड एक दिन रात को 12 बजे दिमाग में बैठ जाए ना, तो पेटेंट का ऑनलाइन होता है. जस्ट अप्लाई इट. ठीक है, तैयारी बढ़िया से करके. ये कोई एडवोकेट वगैरह को लेने की कोई आवश्यकता नहीं है. और एडवोकेट 25,000 रुपया लेता है तो 60,000 रुपया लेता है, कुछ नहीं लगता है. कुल 8 रुपए का मोबाइल का आपका डेटा जाएगा. 8 to 10 rupees, that's all. Because you will use your mobile and all that. तैयारी करो. एंड ऑनलाइन होता है, रजिस्टर योर सेल्फ, और फिर उसको रजिस्टर कर दो. वंस इट इज रजिस्टर्ड, अभी कल रात को मैंने एक रजिस्टर किया. ठीक है, रात को यहाँ आने से पहले आई रजिस्टर्ड 1 पेटेंट. दैट विल बी माई 27th पेटेंट. तो होता क्या है, यू जस्ट फाइल इट. फाइल कर दिए ना, तो यू आर द लीडर ऑफ द फील्ड. उसके बाद जितने आएंगे ना, दे ऑल विल बी चोर फॉर दैट. यू कैन क्लेम कि नहीं तुमने मेरा चुराया, मैंने तुम्हारा नहीं किया है. फाइल कर दो. सो द थिंग इज, until and unless you prove yourself to be good researcher, तो इंडस्ट्री का जो गैप है, ग्रांट है, फंड है, वो आपको नहीं मिलेगा. तो कोलैबोरेशन के बाद नेक्स्ट स्टेप आता है टू प्रूव योरसेल्फ कि यस आई डिजर्व इट, एंड देन क्लेम, देन गेट द ग्रांट, गेट द फंड. अभी मैं सर से बात कर रहा था, अभी हमने डीबीटी में 3.5 करोड़ का एक प्रोजेक्ट अभी हमने सबमिट किया. तो व्हाट काइंड ऑफ दैट रिसर्च, तो दैट इज माय अनदर ग्रुप ऑफ रिसर्चर्स. तो ऐसे आपके 4-5 एरियाज में खूब सारे रिसर्चर्स से कोलैबोरेट करो एंड गेट इनटू इट, डाइव इनटू इट. जितना कूद के अंदर जाओगे तब पता चलेगा अच्छा इतना ही गहरा नहीं और गहरा है. देन यू विल बिकम अ गुड रिसर्चर, बेटर रिसर्चर, एक्सीलेंट रिसर्चर, and so on and so forth, right? So that is the second part. Collaborate and then get that deservance quality, apply for grant and fund and this and that, and then after you will be the world leader in the field of this research. Until and unless your papers and your other works don't get retracted. I told you कि आप हर साल, हर महीने, इनफैक्ट देयर आर हंड्रेड्स ऑफ पेपर्स एंड पेटेंट्स गेटिंग रिट्रैक्टेड. अभी नेचर नाम का जो जर्नल है सबसे पुराना है आज की दुनिया का. आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट एंशियंट इंडिया. एंशियंट भारत में तो बहुत सारे हैं, बट मॉडर्न जमाने में द नेचर जर्नल इज द बेस्ट जर्नल. इन द नेचर जर्नल लास्ट ईयर इन February month 10,000 रिसर्च पेपर्स वे रिट्रैक्टेड. खुद पब्लिश किया था नेचर ने, और खुद वापस इवेल्युएट किया और बोला ये सब फेक था, गलत था, उसको उसने रिट्रैक्ट कर दिया. एंड नाउ एवरी मंथ यू विल फाइंड, आप यूनिवर्सिटी वर्ल्ड न्यूज़ पढ़िए, गुजरात समाचार और संदेश में नहीं आएगा. तो यू हैव टू रीड द यूनिवर्सिटी वर्ल्ड न्यूज़, रिसर्च न्यूज़. आप पढ़ोगे तो पता चलेगा, ओह ये मेरे बगल में बैठता था, इसका तो 2 पेपर रिट्रैक्ट हो गया है. देन to become the world leader, you have to prove yourself a sustainable researcher for 5 years. 5 साल तक अगर आपका कोई पेपर रिट्रैक्ट नहीं हुआ, आपका कोई पेटेंट रिट्रैक्ट नहीं हुआ, 5 साल का आपका जो काम है वो पूरा दुनिया को कंट्रीब्यूट किया, एक आध प्रोडक्ट बिक गया, मान लो बाई चांस. एक हमने पेटेंट बेचा था 2017 में, 72 लाख रुपीज़ में मैंने बेचा, वन ऑफ माई पेटेंट्स. अब तो आप पेटेंट करोगे तो खरीदने वाले भी होंगे, खरीदेंगे तो आप मालामाल हो सकते हैं. सो द थिंग इज यू विल बिकम द लीडर इन योर फील्ड. फिर आप भी डॉक्टर की तरह बैठे रहो, पेशेंट अपने आप आते रहेंगे. सो आप बैठे रहो, वो कंपनी आपके पास आएगी कि सर मेरा ये कर दो ना, ये प्रोडक्ट मेरा लॉन्च नहीं हो रहा है, इसमें ये प्रॉब्लम आ रही है. इंडस्ट्री विल कम टू यू कि मेरे पास ये प्रोजेक्ट है, आप लोगे, देन आपका अपर हैंड रहेगा. ना ना मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है, ठीक है, लेकिन इसके लिए 4-5 साल 6 साल आपको थोड़ी मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी. एंड आपका रास्ता आज से खुल गया. फ्रॉम दिस गेटवे नाउ यू हैव इनफाइनाइट लिमिटलेस स्पेस टू ग्रो. आप स्टार्ट कर दो. तो जब आप इस हॉल से बाहर जाओ तो एक एम के साथ जाओ, ध्येय के साथ जाओ कि यस नाउ आई विल प्रूव कि मैंने क्यों बीएससी बीटेक किया था, मैंने क्यों मास्टर्स किया, वाई आई एम परस्यूइंग फॉर पीएचडी और डिड पीएचडी. उसका कारण एक्चुअली ये था. एंड देन यू विल बी वेरी मच सेटिस्फाइड, कंटेंटेड, हैप्पी. देयर विल बी नो लिमिट ऑफ योर इनर कंटेंटमेंट. फिर आपको भी लगेगा कि हाँ मैं भी इस समाज में जिंदा हूँ. अदरवाइज वही सुबह सब्जी खरीदा और शाम को सो गए. सो दैट लाइफ इज नॉट appreciated. Become a diamond like twinkling star, and then only this life is going to be fruitful, and then this university will feel proud of you. फिर आपके बड़े बड़े पोस्टर्स लगाएंगे कि इनका ये हुआ, इन्होंने ये अचीवमेंट किया, इन्होंने ऐसा बड़ा काम किया, एंड सो ऑन एंड सो फोर्थ. डिजिटल मीडिया पे आपकी पब्लिसिटी होगी, फिर सेल्फी लेने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. सो आई मीन टू से, from here you learn and grow. Keep yourself healthy, happy, and make all of us to be proud of your friends as if we are there in a team of yours. So with these words, I again pray to the Almighty to shower His most secret blessings upon you all. And I pray that you never need a shadow from others. Always provide shadow to others and become a real hero of this भारतवर्ष. With these words, आप सभी को हृदय से धन्यवाद.
Thank you so much, sir, for this inspirational speech. Now I invite Nimbak sir to kindly come forward and present the memento of gratitude to Dr. Vedvyas sir, please. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Vedvyas, sir. To conclude this formal inaugural session, we invite Dr. Ishita Raninga, ma'am, convener and head of the research cell, to deliver the vote of thanks. Ishita, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Ishita Raninga, convener of today's international conference, that is GM-ICON. That is GM-ICON International Conference on the Innovation and Research. Our theme was innovation with a sustainable research. So I would really like to thank first and the foremost our chief patron, Dr. H.M. Nimbak, with whose guidance we were able to inaugurate this session today. We would also like to give a huge thanks to our chief guest, that is Dr. Vedvyas Trivedi, whose session was really important and really insightful for the research and innovation that was our topic today. Sir, it was really insightful and helpful to all the students that are here. I'm really hoping that we all gained something valuable with both the important speeches that were held today. I would also like to thank Professor Anish Vora, the patron of today's international conference. I would also like to thank Professor Riddhi Malviana and my co-conveyors, Professor Deepak Jhani and Professor Rahul Pama, without whose help, guidance, this would have not been possible. It is my immense pleasure that today we were able to hold this inaugural session with such success. I would also like to thank all the committee members, all the student committees, all the faculty members, and each and everyone that was without whose guidance, support, this would have not been possible. I would also like to thank all the participants that have actively participated in this conference, and I would like to thank everyone. If I miss anybody, I'm sorry for that, and I would like to thank each and everyone for making this inaugural session a huge success. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Moving to the global stage, we now connect virtually with international luminaries for plenary session 3.
Dear educators and faculty members, every once in a while, a conference gets the privilege of hosting someone who doesn't just follow the frontier of science, they redrove it. Our next keynote speaker, Dr. Nirmal Parmar sir, in one such mind, and we would like to invite them.
Earning a rare joint international PhD across 3 nations, his journey gave him a global lens and deeply unconventional way of asking questions. Today, he serves as Director of Data Analyst and AI at Novirites, driving AI strategy and digital transformation at an enterprise scale.
At a time when the AI industry is chasing bigger, Dr. Parmar sir asked, what if we got AI right, rather than just getting it big? This led to the birth of machine genetics, the world's first non-statistical machine learning library. It is not an iteration on existing AI, it is a reimagining of its mathematical code.
With a career spent dismantling assumptions and connecting research to reality, he is exactly the kind of voice this conference was built for. Please give a warm welcome and generous welcome to our keynote speaker, Dr. Nirmal Parmar.
Yes, loud and clear. Can you hear me? Yeah. Am I allowed to share slides if I want? Do we have the setup for that? Just wanted to confirm. Okay, great. So Mayur, I will share slides. Please confirm that whether it's visible on screen or not, and I can start my session. Okay, great. Just going for the slides then. So is it visible? Okay, great. Okay, I will start then if my audio is clear and you can see the presentation. Yeah. Okay, thanks, Mayur. Okay, good morning and good afternoon, everyone. And thank you so much, organization committee, management, Gyan University for organizing this conference and inviting me to discuss about artificial intelligence and machine learning for specifically engineering application. So this is my pleasure to share my experience with AI and also sharing my research that I was doing in last decade, specifically on AI and ML. So little about myself. I'm Nirmal. I'm from Gujarat. So I'm glad to talking back, way back, though it's online, to Gujarat University. And I moved to Europe in 2015 for my research. And after that, I'm still here exploring many dimensions of the science as well, also the industry. So currently I'm working as a global director of artificial intelligence in Novartis. It's a pharmaceutical company, and I take care of all global manufacturing verticals in a pharmaceutical company. And my job is to bring digital transformation, making strategies at a global level so industries can take maximum benefit of AI and have more productivity, have more capabilities, and more efficiency over the business processes and also on the scientific processes. At the same time, I'm founder of Machine Gnostics, and this can be a new word because it's a new project, let's say scientific project, and it has a roots connected to European scientists and Russian and European scientists, I would say, 40 years back. And I joined this particular initiative from, yes. Oh, sorry. My bad. I think that's some glitch in that case. Thanks for highlighting and let me know. Yeah. I can again start it. Maybe I present the wrong screen. Okay, let me know now. Yeah. Is it better? Thank you so much actually for highlighting because I'm not sure. Uh, okay, that's great. So far, no more visuals. So nothing missed so far. I will continue with uh, my talk and apologies for the same. So I'm here from more than last decade and helping and contributing with European researchers specifically for AI and machine learning research. And that particular initiative name is Machine Gnostics. So today my goal is to share something new with all audience, all researchers and students that is just not only new, but novel and actually helpful. Uh, and I'm sure that at the end of this talk, you will have something new learning that you usually not find on internet. Okay, great. So let's move to uh, what I'm going to talk about. So AI is not a new word anymore. I think all generation from kids to even elderly people know what is AI, and whether they even don't know, they know AI word at least. So in the last 10 years, I would say the pace, the research, uh, and also its applications are increasing rapidly. No doubt into that. AI is penetrating everywhere with your daily life. Maybe you are whether using your WhatsApp or whether you are doing presentation preparation or if you are learning something, it's everywhere and it's getting better and better. At the same time, what needs to understand that the entire AI is built on, I would say, some math. Yeah, this is not a magic, but under the hood, it is using mathematical theories. It has a mathematical foundation, and this mathematical foundation is coupled with uh, more numerical methods, and also at the same time, it's coupled with uh, softwares and hardwares. And all together, this entire system collectively work as AI. Now, in this entire pillar, if we see at the bottom is a mathematical foundation. So this mathematical foundation at the third pillar, if you can see in the presentation, is basically based on a very famous law. It, its name is law of large numbers. I hope you heard about it. Very famous one, and I would say many researcher use this particular law to penetrate the research even deeper. And at the same time, AI researchers, let's say few years back, they use this law as a fundamental law. This law is also connected with the statistical probability. So in a simple words, if I see as a AI as a big vertical pillar, at the bottom there is a statistical theory as a foundation, and it's coupled up with numerical methods, software practices, and hardware, and this levels pile up together to make the AI. But this statistical probability, or let's say statistics, is based on law of large number. What does it mean actually? That in AI, if I need to train AI, I think everybody knows that AI is not just like a regular software. To train AI, we need huge amount of data. An AI model extract the logic, learnings through this data and learn by itself, more like mimicking the human pattern of learning. But for this, there is a difference between AI and human. We, as a human, if wanted to learn what is an apple, we no need to look at 1,000 apple repeatedly, that this is the apple. Even for a kid, you show one apple example, and maybe two or three, and at the fourth time, a kid will recognize an apple without a doubt. So, what does it mean that at the same time, AI may need more example of apples just to understand what is an apple. And this is the law of large number. And that's why it relates to one kind of a challenge in the entire AI industry, that to have a successful AI implementation, developer must have, or let's say researcher must have, huge amount of the data. I'm talking about reproducible, sustainable AI solution. Yeah. So for that, this is the basic requirement. Need more data, simply. And because AI fundamental rooted in law of large number and statistics, it, it's require more data means we need massive compute and huge amount of data storage. So this is again, it's chain reaction. This leads to more dependencies. And on top of this, because thanks to NVIDIA and OpenAI and many others AI front leaders, they have humongous amount of money to invest into the level 2, and they were able to train humongous, gigantic large language models that we all are using nowadays. And we know AI mostly from its surface or its application interface. For example, your Gemini application, your ChatGPT application, and so on and so forth. But at the bottom, if we dig it down, it's not the three levels, but it's more. But if we go to the bottom and we dig it down, we see it's using law of large numbers and statistical as its a primary core mathematics. So now the question is, uh, how it is connected with AI, ML versus engineering application, right? This this is something I was talking about, the let's say the layers, but let's try to connect it with practical. So whenever I go to any, let's say, workshop or on the floor in my job role, and we talk to either research institutions or fellow scientists, researchers, or sometime even implementing with my business partners, the biggest problem we encounter using AI, let's say for the personal use, is it different? Using AI for preparing some material is different. However, using AI for structured or non-structured data, where data is limited, is a totally different story, because now we are challenging AI to learn from the small data. And this is a burning point. Moreover, when data is small, extracting precise information for the AI is the biggest challenge, because here it start becoming hard, naive, start hallucinating, and then we all know that it go into the wrong direction. I'm sure that all of you, while using AI, you stumble upon with AI conversation that is going in some random direction, and still talking very smart, but the subject, you will notice that it's going in something other direction. Yeah, and this is the reason when you encounter with small information, AI can produce something, but it cannot stay stick with on the point. And it's the same whether you go for the structured data. When I say structured data, it's more tabular format data where you find more in research, in industry, for manufacturing, for quality, and so and so. You have small data, and you need to have AI there. In my many conversations, I see this as a problem. For example, in one of research, we encountered AI was not able to integrate. And the reason was we wanted to do classification, uh, And for classification, we wanted to train the machine learning model. And the data was limited up to 20 points. Now, you can ask, but we can get more data. Data is cheap. Unfortunately, it's not true. In the field of AI, when you wanted to apply AI to your solution, you need to care of the data quality. At the same time, you need to take care of the data price. What does it mean? Let me share this piece of knowledge with you. There are two kinds of data. One data is very expensive, and one is, let's say, cheap data. For example, if you have data coming out of your log, system log, or the data that is a byproduct of some process, in this case, data generated frequently and it dumped to the system, and maybe it's carrying some information but not much valuable. On the other hand, let's say there is a very expensive process, for example, some measurement, and this measurement takes, let's say, take place at 24 hours or 20 hours in engineering application or even in the scientific lab. And after 20 hours or maybe 10 hours, you have maybe a couple of readings that you can consider. Or at the same time, you cannot repeat this experiment multiple times. Maybe you have less testing material, or you have the less budget. And in this case, when your data is connected with the expensive procedure, where repeatability and reproducibility is a challenge, you need something alternative. Yeah. And this is what I was trying to solve with European scientists here. Okay, so this is the problem definition. Let's move forward. And this is the engineering reality, right? What I just said. That whether it's a machine learning or deep learning algorithms that you might aware with, this assumes actually. I'm using word assumes means it is not a concrete, it's not axiom, it's not a statement. It assumes literally that there is infinite data. And this assumptions is connected with deeply rooted theory that is statistics. And it's relies on the laws of large number, and also at the same time it's based on the probabilistic approach of the statistics. And that's why if you notice in some of the research that it always come with a probabilistic answer, not a deterministic answer. But in the reality, when you are doing research in your lab or you are working in the any engineering portfolio where data is coming as a product of any physical process, where it can be definitely finite. When I say finite, data is not like close to infinite at all. It can be in some range. It will have some noise, some corrupted numbers, some artifacts, something wrong into it. Can be never clean, right? It's a law of universe that it's going to be have some impact. And specifically in very expensive engineering application or in the scientific domain, it will even go further. It will even become smaller and limited. So this is the challenge even in the 2026 that AI is still struggling with. So I took this as a challenge and trying to understand it more even in the deeply. Now, as you already understood that we have AI, or let's call it more academic word or more sophisticated word, which is covering all part of the AI, which is mathematical and theoretical as well as implementation part, which is machine learning. So it's a, let's say, alternative terminology, and both terminology is using statistics and under hood. Yeah, this is so far we discussed. And the problem is small data versus big data, impact, let's talk about the impact. So it's a more about probabilistic versus deterministic, and at the same time, other impact is money. If we are dealing with this kind of technology, which depends on large data and probabilistic approach, means we need to invest more in the cloud technology, computational power, and so on and so forth, which actually nothing but increasing a bill at the end of the month for any research institute or any uh, industrial solutions. For example, in my particular portfolio, I have many use cases running in my department, and all of them are based on machine learning and AI, either LLM or standard statistical machine learning models, and bills are always going up. The reason is it requires more and more data. What does it mean that, in other words, that my data engineering team needs to go and maintain the data pipelines? What are data pipelines? It's like data flowing from the source, just like a water pipelines, from the source, data source to data lake. It's like a pond of the lake where data is thrown, and maintaining those pipelines at a huge level, because it's a big industry and data produced at the huge scale, and because AI need more data to be more certain and probabilistically confident, it become more and more data greedy. And to do that, we first not think about the money, but what idea is to have sustainable, reliable AI solution. And the direct consequence is to have some architecture that can take huge data. And now you can relate that what happens with this huge data. In simple words, it requires more time, more money to maintain it, to operate it, and keep going with it. So that's the problem definition, yeah, that I would first, in the first step, I'm trying to explain. So after this summary, let's go a little bit deeper. Even while using statistics with machine learning, there are four big challenges. In many academic research, I see in many papers when I review them, these challenges were not addressed so well. So to my all dear students who are there, may take this note while they are performing any research or publishing papers. Try to address this thing very clearly. So not just the research, but the quality of the research is more better, and you can claim your prediction and inference of the model uh, in a more sophisticated way. But let's first get these challenges. The data challenge. You already know about it. Data requires more and more, and that's why the term came big data. So it's just not kilobyte, megabyte, but I'm talking about the petabyte, yeah, gigabyte, more than that. But at the same time, AI does just not only want big data, but it requires clean, normally distributed. In other words, it's a Gaussian distribution from the statistics. So clean and normally distributed data, it's its first requirement. And for that, it's require humongous amount of data preparations, transformation, and data loading when we are dealing with the big data. Maybe in the research, data is small and it's a different scenario, but still in that case, it's required the high data quality. So that's what first, I would say, the challenge, biggest one. Second, the current all AI and ML models are based on statistics. In other words, It's also based on assumptions, and those are statistical assumptions under the hood that most of the researchers are aware with, but accepted it as the theory and research explain it so far in the literature. And that is, data should be normally distributed, and at the same time, theory believes that to get this normal distribution, data are coming from the infinite sources and randomly generated. Isn't it absurd? So, when you pay attention, this assumption is a founding, I would say, foundation brick of the AI pillar. And in my sense, it's a little bit shaky. And for that, we need to pay attention to other two challenges as well, which is the consequence of these first two challenges. The third one, overfitting and memorization. So what happens when your data has a noise or is not carrying the good quality? AI actually learning the garbage out of it. In other words, let's say if you have some bad signal or something that is not correct, AI cannot understand that the given data is good or bad. It cannot understand in a simple words. It just try to learn from it. So if you are providing data as an input, and if you forget to clean the data in the first step, or maybe you are not sure what is a good or bad data, does it mean that the AI solution that has been prepared by you can also carry the same flaw? Yes, and this is called as a overfitting. At the same time, sometime AI also do a memorization. What does it mean? That it try to memorize the bad part, the noise part. And what happens when you try to predict or when you try to infer, it give you this bad part as an output, because AI itself cannot understand while learning, in other words, training, what is a good or what is a bad from the data. And this leads us to the fourth point, that if we have these all challenges, why cannot just fix it? And the answer is very simple. The current AI technology is a black box, uh, very dark and always debatable statement to say, but yeah, this is what has been discussed from a long time, and it's stated as a black box. And avoiding the debate, but let's try to understand what exactly the industry and academia and the research groups are trying to understand. That black box means you cannot actually see what AI is doing while learning. We cannot see that while learning whether AI is getting confident or whether AI is getting confused. We cannot literally see. We do not have any mathematical metric that reflects the state of intellect that has been grown during the training process. We do not have such a metric. Okay, so that's a challenge. Understanding this challenge, let's go to the possible solution. Now, $1 million question, after understanding the gaps and postulating the statement that what we are struggling with or what we might struggle with while integrating AI ML in engineering application where data is small, the $1 million question that arise or that should rise with us, that is it possible to develop an AI without using statistics at all? And this can be a radical question. This can sound a little bit foolish at the same time, and this can sound full with energy at the same time, because it opens too many doors of just not about the thoughts, but also about thought experiments that leads to new research. And the answer simply is yes. That is possible to have AI without using statistics. Now, here, when I say without using statistics, it does not mean that we are using any other simple if-else based logic, or not using very going back to software engineering fundamentals. But here, this is more about replacing statistics with any other alternative mathematics. So questions, the follow-up question that can hit in your brain immediately, what that math is. And that is the secret sauce that I'm going to share with our colleagues today. So this is called as mathematical gnostics. I'm sure that this could be a very new word to fellow researchers, students, professors, about knowing about this terminology. So this is a subject, and this was found by Pavel Kovanis, and this research was started in 1980s. He published book 2023, and I think he passed away in 2023. He's no more. So, and his colleague, Staniak Wagner, colleague of Pavel Kovanis, who was equally involved to craft, to develop this amazing mathematical foundation and subject that is specifically alternative of statistics, and uh, can be used for the small data. So Zdenek was working with Pavel as a partner, as a friend, and as a colleague. And fortunately, he's still alive. He is in his 70s, and he was my expert supervisor during my research. I was fortunate to work with him, and I had privilege to learn about this subject directly from one of the founder of this topic. It was a topic that is deeply rooted in the existence itself, the universe existence itself, because this is something mind-bending that at the same time, this is more like an extension as well as alternative to the statistics. I'm using two words, extension and alternative. Well, I'm using extension because this is more like extension of statistics in a such a way where statistics is falling short because of the assumption mathematical agnostics works there. And at the same time, it is complementing the statistical outputs. So this theory does not depend on the law of large number. This theory depends on finite number, even one data point. Second, there are no assumptions throughout this subject or mathematical agnostics theory. And this entire philosophy is depend on law of nature. When I say law of nature, let me touch a few bullets. You're all aware with, let's say, thermodynamics world. So it's connected with the thermodynamics, specifically with the entropy, which is like a most like a governing force for our universe that governs it when to move, when to direct. And at the same time, it's connected with the relativistic mechanics. Means, if you know and if you like Einstein, it's connected with the space curvature and Minkowskian and Riemannian space parameters. And at the same time, it's also connected with the Clausius and Maxwell for the thermodynamics. So what we are talking about is replacing and extending statistics with more advanced and recently discovered by human race science. And it's just not like a science, but it's a combination of science. So Pavel Kovanis was able to figure out a science to connect all the discoveries from Einstein, Gaussius, Maxwell, Riemannian, and plug it together and make a data theory out of it. And that is mathematical gnostics. If you are interested to learn about it, feel free to read the book. I have only one image of this book that I found from the internet, and it is only one book available globally that you can read. And the image is available on the left side of the presentation screen. So now we know the what is alternative philosophy. Follow-up question, what we can do with it? So this is what I did. I learned about this philosophy, subject, theory, however you would to put it in. And during my research, I was able to make a connection it with the AI. And I tried to do this most wild thing in my career, that trying to attempt something very challenging. What does it mean? That having AI that do not use statistics at all and replace it with other mathematical foundation. So that was the challenge I took it up. And what I did, that I combined two philosophy, machine learning and mathematical gnostics together, and I formed the machine gnostics. Gnostics, if you are wondering that what is gnostics, gnostics is a Latin word, it's a Greek word coming from the Latin root, and it means knowledge, learning, yeah, in English. So that's why I keep the machine gnostics, that it reflects machine learning, in other words. And what does it mean? That combining machine learning with mathematical gnostics and eliminating the statistics, and at the same time eliminating all the challenges that we discussed so far, and also having a solution that can address the small data, whether it's a 1 or it's a 4 or 5 data set, and still AI or machine learning can perform there well. This particular initiative is in a, let's say, more than a little bit infancy stage, because it's a very big project. And at this stage, I already have open source software for my fellow researchers and scientific enthusiasts to use it for free, and also use it for their research and discoveries and exploration. So this tool is available. So this is the journey about from having theory to code to tool, and then researchers can even apply in the application. All engineering applications or scientific applications where limitation is data quality, data size, and at the same time your data is very expensive. You cannot reproduce this many times, and you need to be a very certain, and you are interested in non-probabilistic approach. Okay, so now you this thing, and what is the philosophy here is to let data speak for themselves. And if you want to know how to install this thing, so any Python user here can just install it as a pip install machine gnostic if you are any Python user available. Otherwise, if you want to install it, use it, or simply online use it or install it, you can also visit the website, where you can have applications to play around and do the things. Moving forward, now just to understand what are the laws that I'm using. Uh, so as touched earlier a moment ago, uh, under the root, under the hood of entire initiative, there are three main pillars: thermodynamics, relativistic mechanics, and Riemannian geometry. This can be a very big jargons, can be interesting, but at the same time, it can be too much scientific for many. But believe me, these are the law of natures that is reflecting our existence. The thermodynamics, the theory of entropy, that's, I'm sorry, I'm receiving some audio noise. discussion from the front head. If someone is trying to address me, not sure. Can I continue? Okay, I continue there. So the three pillars, and these are nothing but itself universe reflection, how it works, how it acts. Thermodynamics, this is more about, you know, bringing its fundamental nature into laws. And in mathematical gnostics, we are using the thermodynamics law of specifically entropy. And this entropy is physical governance entropy. If you are wondering how we are using it, then the idea is here from the Pavel Kovarnis, and that is a very mind-boggling idea that he's treating data as a massless particle moving in the space. And then once you put this idea, it's possible to connect thermodynamics, relativistic mechanics, and the Riemann geometry all together. I'm not going to deep into this with the math because this can be too much for audience. But if anyone is interested to learn about it, feel free to approach me. I would happy to discuss. Knowing this are the laws, what can be done with this kind of laws if we combine it with the mathematical uh, gnostics and then combine it back to the machine learning and AI, what we can do, in other words. So with this tool, or let's say with this approach, it's possible to do a data analysis. It's possible to do machine learning. It's also possible to train deep neural networks. And it's also possible to have a matrix, a list of metrics that are, those are, let's say, free from assumptions, and at the same time can solve the black box problem. Not entirely, but to the most extent at this stage. What does it mean? That there is a possible Gnostic metric that reflects the confusion, or less a state of confusion, in terms of the entropy. This is not a data entropy. This is a physical entropy mapped to machine learning. And this reflects as a chaos, in other words, the confusion of the machine learning models. And it works super well to identify how model is converging rather than using regular loss functions, or let's say error-based metrics. If anyone falling from the development side of machine learning can immediately relate with me what I'm trying to point here. And let's say if anyone knows a little bit of coding in the audience, just wanted to say that the coding is just identical as other machine learning and AI libraries. So your AI, for example, Gemini or Claude or Perplexity or whatever you prefer to use, can understand it easily and code for you without the hustle if you wanted to implement it directly. And in a short time, you can also use a neural network to train something gigantic as well if you want. But this time, it can predict with more precision and without using statistics at all. In other words, without having all the flow of the statistics. If you are interested to explore more about this thing, please visit the website where you can have all learning material and resources, research papers, publications to follow up with this application, because I recently applied it for different application. For example, pulsating heat pipes in the engineering, micro differential scanning calorimetry for measurement and uncertainty analysis, and so many more. So if you are interested how it creates the impact, yes, The papers and research is there. You can look into it just to see how it's going to impact. Just a little bit of disclaimer in a detail for the coders that it will not bring a fiction with the current existing ecosystem. It's a nice, good overlap, rather. Uh, Going to, I see at the timing, and I would like to conclude. So here the idea is solving the problem with the small data of engineering and science application, and where statistics is stuck. I have a use case, but let's say if you are interested to learn about it, this use case, because of the time limitation, we can just simply send an email to info.machinegnostics@gmail.com with the subject GM-icon. Today is our conference. And you will immediately receive your free learning material, or let's say tutorial if you are a student, or even if you're a researcher, professor trying to explore something new, integrate with your research that is not, let's say, uh, usual, and you wanted to try machine learning, AI, that is from the new era, from 20s, and which is very fresh, and it has an impact on the small data and noisy data where you are not sure what exactly to do. So if either you are doing machine learning prediction, a kind of regression, classification, clustering, forecasting, uncertainty analysis, deep learning neural networks, and many more. Everything is possible with the machine gnostics, and you can use it in your current research to eliminate the challenges with the data, black box, overfitting, memorization issue, and many more. This can be eliminated from your research, and your research become quite nuanced, and you can more contribute to this new innovation where idea is let data speak for themselves rather than having any assumption at the first place, and also giving opportunity to this new research to flourish more, penetrate to more domains, more applications where AI can grow further, not but with the statistics, but with other possibilities where statistics can be eliminated and something else can be used. So I hope this brings more new knowledge to you. I'm glad that I had this time to share these new things with you, and I really wish that other fellow researchers and attendees from this conference can able to leverage and benefit from this work, and just not, let's say, just read about it, but maybe after hearing this, maybe also use it in your research, or maybe find it its useful tool to maybe come up with a more concrete answers where your current data are not bringing you to the certain confidence level. So with this, I would like to thank everyone for your patience to bear with me and going through this conversation. I'm also open for the question if it's allowed, or we have time. And otherwise, thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Likewise, pleasure is mine.